is Lindy from Love Create Celebrate. Welcome back to our channel where we share all of our DIY and home renovation videos. Today I'm standing in our bathroom because I'm going to be sharing 3 awesome DIYs that I made for this ensuite. If you have not subscribed to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future videos to help you love, create, and celebrate your homes. If you watched the video last week, then you already know that we just redid this entire ensuite space. And if you watched our video 2 weeks ago, you'll also know that we got a brand new Glowforge. I used our Glowforge to make 3 amazing DIYs in here, and I'm so happy with them. Even if you don't have a Glowforge, it's definitely going to be fun to watch these projects and see how this cool Glowforge works. And if you're interested in buying a Glowforge, we do have a referral discount code. I will put that in the description box. That can get you up to $500 off a machine. So if you're interested in one, definitely click that link below and check out the referral discount. I'm gonna make 3 DIYs in this video with leather and acrylic. And at the end of the video, if you're interested in any of these designs, they will be linked in the description box below for you to check out. Okay, let's get started. Since our last Glowforge video, we actually moved our Glowforge. I got this toolbox for it that is now filled with Glowforge supplies, and the Glowforge sits in our laundry room where it can actually vent straight outside. The first thing I wanted to attempt to make was a leather hammock for my planters. I have a ton of 4 to 6 inch wide planters, and I knew that I could easily make it so that they could hang from the ceiling if we did a quick little leather DIY. We used AutoCAD for all of our designs because that's what my husband is familiar with and quick with, but there are other easier programs like Inkscape that you can use as well. We actually could have done this whole design in the Glowforge software because it's fairly simple, but doing it in AutoCAD lets us scale it easier, and it was just faster for us. So once we had the design ready, we turned on our Glowforge and loaded it with some leather material that we had. This one wasn't a proof grade material, but I will link it in the description box below if you want to see where we got it from. And they do have leather proof grade materials on the Glowforge site if you want to purchase those. Now you can go into the Glowforge dashboard, click create and click upload from file. For these projects we uploaded a PDF, but we'll have an SVG available too, and either work great. After we loaded our material into the Glowforge, it automatically refreshed the image bed and took a photo so you can see our actual leather piece there, taking up about half of the visible screen. Now you can move your images around until you get them into a spot that you want to cut on your leather. The cutting on the Glowforge is very precise, so you can actually put the images right next to each other, very close, and they'll both still cut out really clearly. Next, you have to select your settings for your material, and we're going to use just their medium natural leather preset settings, but as you cut with different materials, you can alter the settings, the thickness, and the speed of the cuts so that you can get better accuracy. Then we hit ready in the top right hand corner of our dashboard, and we can get ready to print our design. You can see right away that our entire leather planters here are only going to take 52 seconds to print. So I made 2 different sizes of these plant hangers, and they both cut out really nicely. As soon as I had the leather pieces, I strung some thick string through them and got ready to hang one in my new bathroom. So here it is in our ensuite. I'm really happy with the final design, and I think they look amazing in here. You could make this out of different leather colors, and I definitely think these would be easy to sell at markets or in your own online shop. And I am going to put a couple of these in this color in our online shop, so if you're interested in purchasing one of these, definitely check out the link in the description below. If you watched our Glowforge unboxing video, then you already saw that we played around a bunch in the Glowforge dashboard and we made ourselves a really nice towel ring out of acrylic and leather. I was really happy with this design. I love how it came out, but when it came time to actually put it in our bathroom, it was too long for the space. So we decided to make another smaller version just out of leather. For this design, we went back to AutoCAD. We used pretty much the same measurements and design that we used in the Glowforge software, but I wanted to add a couple of angled edges to this design, and it was easier for us to do that in AutoCAD. Then we did the same thing as last time and uploaded a file into the Glowforge dashboard. At this point, we decided we wanted to try engraving the leather too, so we replicated our design so that we could do one without the text and one with. We used the text feature right within the dashboard to add our text, and then we played around with the fonts in the dashboard until we were happy. And then we moved the font to a spot where we'd know we'd be able to see it after we folded up the hanger. We made sure that our text and our cut lines were properly labeled on the left-hand side as engrave and cut, and that our material was properly selected. In this case, we used the thick natural leather cut. Next, we loaded our material into the Glowforge machine. You can see that we're using the same piece of leather that we used for our last cut. And when that material image is loaded in the Glowforge software, you can see those previous planter cuts there as well. And now we can move our new design up so that we're wasting very little leather material. And now we can do our cutting and engraving, and you can see that this time it's going to take just over 3 minutes because of that extra little bit of time it takes to do the engraving. When it's done, you can pull it out and see just how crisp and clear that engraving is, and then you can fold it over to make your towel hanger. I really love this piece. I think it's minimal and modern, and the color plays so nicely off the other accessories in this bathroom. This is again another great piece that I think you could easily sell. We just put a hexagon shaped screw in the top, and I think it looks amazing in our ensuite. Because I am so in love with these products, I am going to make a limited number of these available for sale as well in my shop. So if you're interested in one, click the link in the description and you can find them in the shop. My third project for this video is going to be cut out of acrylic. I've seen so many beautiful acrylic picture frames, and I figured with the Glowforge I could make one pretty quickly and easily, so that's what we wanted to try our hands at next. Because of the size of this project, we had to use the pass-through, so this was our first time testing out the pass-through on our Glowforge Pro. If you're going to use the pass-through, the first thing you have to do is unscrew the shields at the front and the back of your Glowforge machine, and those are what will allow materials to pass through the front and back. Once your shields are removed, you can load your material into the Glowforge, and for this you want any excess material to extend through the pass-through at the back, and for the bottom of your material to be sitting at the front of the printer inside. We went through the same process of uploading our design and choosing the proper material settings, And then we had to turn on the pass-through. By selecting this, we were telling the Glowforge that we're going to be doing multiple cuts, and the next thing we did was line up our project at the bottom of the cut space, and you can see that some of our project goes above the dotted line, and that's the part that will be cut on the second pass-through. With this particular sheet of acrylic, we put our design really close to the edge, which I wouldn't actually recommend, but it worked okay for us this time. And now you're ready to cut your acrylic frame. After you finish your first cut, it's really important that you don't open the lid so that the Glowforge can take proper pictures of everything that's been cut in the same location. When the Glowforge is ready, it will tell you to slide your material forward for the next cut, and at that point you can either go with their alignment or try to fix the alignment and do it manually yourself. We pulled our material forward for our second cut in the pass-through, and as you can see, we used a little rolling stand here to hold the edge of our material up to keep everything flat. We got an acrylic material online this time, so we didn't use a proof grade material, but we did use the same settings, and if you're interested in where we got our acrylic sheets from, I will link that in the description as well. We made 2 of these, one for the front of our frame and one for the back, and when they were both cut, we got to work peeling away that protective layer on the outside of the acrylic. Then I used this simple, modern, black mounting hardware, and we put this frame up on the wall in our new bathroom. I filled the frame with a photo of the mountains that I took near our home, and I couldn't be happier with how the frame turned out. I'm definitely going to be making another set of 4 of these to hang on my wall in another room, because I think they will look really beautiful all together in a little gallery. And I am definitely going to be experimenting some more with acrylic, so stay tuned for some future videos. What did you guys think of those projects? I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know I was really happy with all 3 projects, and I think all 3 of them look high-end and could be easily sellable. That is the gift of this Glowforge machine. It makes things that are so precise and so nice that you can easily sell any of it. Once again, if you're interested in any of the designs, they are all linked in the description. You can check them out in my shop. And if you're interested at all in a Glowforge, definitely check out the link below to see how you can get a discount on your own. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. And if you have any other Glowforge questions or tutorial questions, let me know those in the comments below too, because we would love to do some more tutorials for you guys. And don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss out on future DIY and home renovation videos. Thanks for watching!